Okay, good people. We're moving right along in the Ward F Community Forum. We're going to talk a little bit about census, and we have Chris Gastons here to speak about census. Why is it important? When is the deadline? And what exactly is going on with the U.S. Census? So, Chris, can you please take it right away?
Listen, on September 30th, we finished counting, and it's just a matter of days left, right? So every person in Jersey City, particularly Ward F, because Ward F, they have many communities in it that are part of the undercount. Like they're undercounted. They were undercounted. They were undercounted in 2010. They were undercounted in 2000, and now they're undercounted again. So if you have Jersey City, which is saying that at this point right now, about 55% of the residents have been counted, it's going to be drastically different inside of the undercounted sections of Ward F, such as Selah Court, such as areas around the housing developments. And being that our community is relatively transient, meaning that people move from back and forth around and around, all around Jersey City, we're not getting an accurate count. And that accurate count is important because each person is money. Each person are valuable, right? But you got to ask yourself the question: well, why are you valuable? Well, you're valuable for a lot of reasons. I'm gonna list a couple of ways that census data is impactful. It impacts funding for resources like libraries, schools, hospitals, health clinics, Head Start, school meal programs, public transportation, housing assistance, Medicare, supplemental nutrition assistance programs, SNAP, right? Fire departments are affected by it, roads and highways and, community centers. So if you don't count the people don't exist. And if they don't exist, there's money that's allocated to assist people. Now, in this country, $675 billion in federal funding are distributed. And you want a pot, you want a good section of that money to come to Jersey City. You want that money. But the census also affects elections, right? Because after the count is done, after this presidential election, then you're going to start redistricting different sections. You're going to start redistricting, congressional seats and legislative districts. You're going to reappropriate, congressional seats. Back in the 1990s, New Jersey actually lost a congressional seat. Now, when you got 435 people inside of Congress and losing one person in Jersey, that matters, especially inside of a situation where you have a Republican House, you have all the rest of those things. These things really do matter. So the politics, not only just the funding, but the politics are at play, right? Because we can't lose representation inside of New Jersey. You talk about federal assistance funding, that matters. Jersey City needs federal assistance funding. We need money, whatever, for schools. We need money for hospitals. In Jersey City, you hear about hospitals being closed down and buildings being, purchased by private folks. But that's because, we need the funding, right? We need the funding to keep Medicare, medical services here for the people, especially on the South Side. South Side really don't have too many medical facilities. Remember, the Greenville Hospital closed down and all the rest of those things. So the census impacts a lot. All right, it really impacts a lot. Now, the only question that they're asking you is, did you live at a dwelling on April 1st? Because back in April, you received something in the mail that you probably didn't return back, right? So now you have people called enumerators, like myself, census enumerator. We're coming around, with our census phones, and we're basically seeing who did not fill out the survey. So we're going to ask you simple questions. Did you fill out the survey? You're going to say no. Did you live here April 1st, 2020? You're going to say yes. How many people live inside of the home? You're going to say 3, 4, 5. Who are they? You can give the birthday. You can give the ethnic group. You can give the race if you want to. And then the interview is over. No one's asking for social security numbers. Nobody's asking, about your immigration status. We're not ICE. We're not people, whatever, going out trying to get you into trouble. We just need a count. Jersey City, before the census, was kind of advertising, trying to be the largest city in New Jersey. And right now we're not, because we're far behind the count. All right, we're far behind the count. So if in your mailbox, if you see a census worker leave behind a notice of visit, go on to my2020census.gov, call the number. The interview only takes a couple of minutes. It only takes a couple of minutes, not even like 2 minutes, 3 minutes of your time. Now, that matters, because if 50,000 people didn't take the census, that's millions of dollars that we lost here in Jersey City. And the undercount residents, please let a census worker do their job. Or if you got that mailing, because they're mailing out surveys like every week because people have not responded, just complete it. All right, do your service, as my friend says, do your due diligence, and make sure that the census is filled out. You only have until September 30th, Wednesday, September 30th, and it's done, and we're over. All right, let's be counted. Thank you.